I think the really hard thing about capturing a comprehensive set of IRs of your cab is having to have control over where you want the microphone to be. And most of the time that means basically walking from your cab back to whatever your reference system is, moving the mic, testing it again, moving the mic, testing it again to try and find the sweet spot. So I want to show you guys how I get around that. It's using some pretty amazing pieces of gear. The first being the Axe-Fx 3 together with a Matrix GT800 power amp that I run to my cabinet, and then I'm using a Dynamount, which is a mic positioning robot which connects to Wi-Fi via an app. And I'm also using Fractal's Cab Lab plugin to do the IR capture. So on the screen you should be able to see down here, here is the Dynamount app. And I've calibrated everything and set it up. I've done a separate video about that if you want to go and check out the ins and outs of how the Dynamount works. But at the moment it is smack bang right in the middle of the cone of the speaker. I've got a 57 on there and I'm able to move it around. We'll have a listen to what that does. Then over here I've got Cab Lab set up. You can see I'm using the mic only method. We'll run through this. And furthermore over here I've got my Axe-Fx 3 set up. And I've just got two scenes here so that I can check how accurate the IR that I capture is. Scene 2 is an amp and a cab going to the main output. Scene 1 is the sound of the mic'd cab. So I'm using the Atomica High model here. I haven't touched anything on it. It's the stock settings. I find that if you can get a good sound out of this amp, then it's probably going to translate to most of the others as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give you guys the reference sound, then we'll capture an IR of it and have a listen to how it saves in the Axe-Fx 3's cab. So this is smack bang on the center. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you guys a few sounds and how I use the Dynamount to basically hone in on what I like. So I can do this by playing, or I can use a looper if I like. For this video, I'm just going to play around with it. This is straight up. And that is getting close to the sweet spot. I would normally play around with this a little bit more until I really find the spot that I like. But for now, that is going to do. So what we'll do is we will go into Cab Lab, and I can name this IR. I can also test that everything's going to work, but I've already tested it, one that I prepared earlier. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and capture the IR. And then what we're going to do is send it to a user cab number. I'll send it to user 2560. No particular reason there. So that should be in my Axe-Fx 3 now. So I should be able to swap between. I've already got cab number 560 preloaded. So I should just be able to swap between these two scenes and hear on scene 1 the sound of the amp in the cab, and on scene 2 the IR of that particular cabinet and microphone position. So let's just have a swap between those two. And it really is that simple. I can go through now and attach a bunch of different microphones if I like, or I can go and shoot a bunch of different mic positions and save them as separate files or just save them straight into my Axe-FX 3. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome method when you get it set up. You know, when you've got the Dynamount in there. I find that getting the Dynamount to connect to Wi-Fi and do a few other things normally takes me about 10 minutes. Plugging everything in probably takes another like 5 or 10 minutes. So within 20 minutes I've done all the setup, but then I can sit here and play guitar and, you know, move the microphone anywhere I like, basically. Say I wanted to do, you know, a way far away IR somewhere down here, I could go through and do it and shoot it. Which actually that one sounds alright for something that's probably like way far away from the speaker. So I mean, you could do stuff where you scientifically go through and basically shoot every single little position with the Dynamount, but I just use it to shoot the sweet spots and maybe shoot 3 or 4 IRs with each mic, and it's a whole lot of fun. So I'll put some of these little IRs up for you guys if you want to try them out, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.